Robert Downey Jr. shares some similarities with Tony Stark when it comes to luxurious, one-of-a-kind homes. His most spectacular investment yet is this architectural masterpiece, a futuristic, eco-friendly dome house. With a net worth of $300 million at the time we're making this video, RDJ has plenty of cash handy to invest in eccentric properties. Designed by Nicolò Bini, this Malibu Dome House features Hobbit-like doors, skylights, uniquely shaped windows, and 0 right angles. It's surrounded by lush landscapes, a large pool, and even a petting zoo. Let's head inside this sci-fi-inspired sustainable home and see what makes this Malibu Binishell one of the world's most unique mansions. In 2009, Robert Downey Jr. and his wife Susan were in the market for a large parcel of beachside land in Malibu. They ended up buying 3 connecting lots, a total of 7 acres, for $13.4 million. The Downeys spent the next several years turning this estate into a traditional homestead with futuristic features. There was already a pre-existing house on the estate when the couple purchased it. This ranch-style 2-story house was built in the 1970s and situated at the end of a picturesque tree-lined driveway. It's simple enough. It features 3 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and is decked out in classic gray siding and multiple gables. But the really unique part of the Downeys homestead is the structure they spent years building from the ground up. This is the Binishell, a dome-like house that serves as a bold experiment in architecture and sustainability. The Downeys Dome House is both futuristic and retro. It has hippie, made-from-earth vibes, but is definitely not traditional or predictable. There are no plain rectangular rooms or stark straight lines used in the Binishell's construction. The home was designed by Nicolò Bini, who used a special technique to create its one-of-a-kind shape. The home's outer forms are actually concrete-covered inflatables. The design is referred to as a Binishell, and he's created multiple variations of this structure throughout his career. The home uses traditions of 20th century utopian design, but it's easy to also see comparisons to Hobbit holes or even the Flintstones house. Pale blue doors with porthole windows welcome you into the home, which is illuminated by skylights and wonky-shaped windows. An eclectic bead facade is the focal point of the home's kitchen and cozy breakfast nook. When creating the house, RDJ and Susan wanted to incorporate artist and original decor. The beads, commissioned from a Mexican artist, are custom designed and made of fiberglass. Behind the dining area are 2 guest rooms, each with their own terrace. In one of the guest bedrooms, a hanging pendant light casts geometric shadows across the walls. In another, blush decor and elegant pastels highlight the home's cozy yet creative style. To illustrate the originality of the home, the Downeys and their architect played around with the sizes of rooms and even their levels. While the home is 1 story, it features sunken rooms like this one. This is Susan Downey's office, which features a recycled textured wall, mid-century inspired decor, and a quirky blob-shaped window. Another unique room that the Downeys have unfortunately not photographed for us is their family entertainment area. In an interview with The Purist, they detailed its design. It has a folding garage door with a 2-horsepower motor so that the space can be transformed. It can serve as a private screening room or become an extension of their living room. Speaking of their living room, it might just be the most futuristic-looking room in the house. It features an avant-garde bubble couch and mushroom-shaped floor lamps. Almost 80% of the furniture you'll find in the Dome House is by Roche-Beaubois. The bubble couch alone costs over $9,000, and the floor lamps are at least $2,600 each. The room also features an air cell armchair with a base price of about $3,300. The last room we'll show you inside the Dome House is the kids' playroom. This hanging nest is both a play feature and a piece of art. It's called the Human Nest and was created by South African designer Porky Heifer. It's made from woven kubu cane, rope, and leather. Now that we've explored what's inside the dome, what kind of unique features can we find outside? Succulents, trees, and carefully manicured bushes surround the home. The landscaping was done by Anna Saavedra, who minimized water usage by choosing drought-resistant plants, trees, and grass. Like the home's interior, the Downeys kept the outdoor furniture mostly to a single designer, Paola Lenti. Comfortable loungers surround the massive pool, which sits close to the house, perfect for a quick dip in the water on a sunny day. Outside, you'll also find a basketball and tennis court, plus plenty of space for the actor to store his multi-million-dollar car collection. There's even a storage area for his kids' play vehicles. Thanks to his role as Iron Man, RDJ's been spotted in some pretty incredible cars, like a $75,000 Audi e-tron GT concept car. Some cool models he owns include a $79,000 fully restored 1969 Chevy Corvette and a $131,000 custom Boss 302 Mustang. In the yard, you'll find plenty of cool creative decor, like this multicolored metal structure of 3 dancing figurines by artist Keith Haring, estimated to be worth more than $300,000. There's also this weird dystopian fountain with a punctured oil drum and Mickey Mouse wearing a gas mask. This intriguing piece is by LA-based artist Bill Barminski. The giant estate includes fenced pastures, riding rings, and 12 horse stalls, allowing the Downeys to use this space as their own personal petting zoo. Back in 2010, they started their animal collection with 2 pygmy goats and several horses they got as gifts. That turned into alpacas, then Cooney pigs, Galway cows, chickens, and lionhead rabbits. Now the entire property is teeming with friendly furry faces. However, the Binishell is made for more than fun and easy living. Beyond the drought-resistant plants, the Dome House utilizes multiple sustainability features to help offset Robert Downey Jr.'s carbon footprint. He and Susan are co-founders of the Footprint Coalition, an organization that brings awareness and provides grants towards the creation of sustainable technology. It was important to them that their homestead wasn't negatively contributing to the environment, so they took big steps to incorporate some cutting-edge eco-friendly technology. Wind turbines and solar-generated water systems offset the state's energy consumption. RDJ had source hydro panels placed in the middle of an open field. They extract clean, premium-quality drinking water straight from the air. He also ordered vertical access wind turbines made by Netherlands-based company Terra Sustainable Technologies. They offset a percentage of Binishell's grid dependency, allowing the home to produce some of its own power. RDJ's Malibu Binishell was obviously a complicated project. While the Downeys bought the property in 2009, it actually took 7 years to complete the Dome House. The couple's first designer was Robert Clydesdale, who helped them work on the estate and the main house. They did very little to the historic home beyond necessary renovations and redecorating. 3 years later, Clydesdale recommended architect Nicolò Bini for the massive dome project. Bini was able to introduce the Downeys to technology that his father, Downey Jr, had developed in Italy in the late 60s. The outer form of the home was created using large inflatable bladders covered in concrete, requiring considerably less material. With Bini's design, the Downeys completely rejected the idea of a typical home. There are no right angles, rooms and windows are of various sizes and shapes, and nothing of the home's design can be called predictable. While RDJ hasn't specified how much he's spent on the Binishell, it's speculated that the project could now be worth more than $30 million. The Dome House isn't Robert Downey Jr.'s only star property. In 2016, he and Susan spent $10.5 million on this 19th-century vintage windmill house in the Hamptons. Amenities include a 3-car garage, tennis court, golf course, 50-foot pool, and a 2-bedroom guest house.